Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya. I haven't done a video in a few weeks, and you could probably tell why. I have pretty much come down with, I'm calling it a hybrid version of a flu cold this past week. Prior to this week though, the reason why I haven't uploaded any videos is because I have been so balls to the wall busy. But I'll explain a lot of that and give you a little bit of a life update at the end of the video, because today's video is about me sharing a few little purchases and a gift that I received, and we all love looking at these type of reveals and hauls and unboxings, so let's get to it. First thing I have to share with you is this. You're probably wondering, can anyone guess what these are? Excuse my raspy voice. Anyway, I bought these. I shouldn't keep waving them around. Oh my god, that's terrible. I bought these from a beauty Facebook group. And what these are silicone rubber material. Obviously, these are the suction cups. These are brush holders. So the idea is that you wash your brushes, and when you let your brushes dry, you should let them dry facing down, the bristles facing down, so that any moisture that makes its way into the base of the bristles in that little ferrule section, the idea is that the moisture and the water and whatever else dries out of that facing down. So you stick these onto the wall, and then you would slip in, sort of clip in your brushes into these particular shapes, and it accommodates the wider brushes or the thinner ones. And if you have even more, then you could probably even slip some of them in those gaps there. So I bought 2 of these. Now, the woman who was selling these in the beauty group said that she didn't want them or need them. It must have been an incorrect purchase, I don't know, but they suit me. So she was actually offering these free. I just needed to pay for shipping, so I paid $10 and I got 2 of these. So if you're interested, if you're interested in anything like that, they're a good idea. So that's the first thing that I'm sharing with you. Second item is also beauty related, and if you know me, you know that this is not going to be of any surprise to you. This is an eyeshadow palette. I love eyeshadow and I love doing dramatic eyeshadow looks. Having said that, I haven't had the time to do one in quite some time, and I also, because of what's been happening recently, haven't sort of been all that interested. Anyway, so this is the Natasha Denona Star Palette. If you are familiar with eyeshadow and you like good quality eyeshadow, this brand is of no surprise to you. Natasha Denona is up there. I rate her higher than Bobbi Brown, or at least on par. She's on par with, if not better than, Pat McGrath. Leaps and bounds better than Dior eyeshadows and Chanel eyeshadows, but I suppose everybody has their own opinion about that. But this is her Star Palette. This is an 18 pan palette, and her color range here is right up my alley. So you'll see here that this, and I have used it and swatched it and dug into it. I've had it for a little while now. Oops, I'm digging into it now. This 9 palette section here is sort of the plums, mauve, light purple, a bit of grey, and then this one here is more of the warmer colors. This one here is beautiful. This is one of those duochromes, so it sort of looks blue-green, but then it also shifts and has a brown tone to it. Anyway, this palette usually retails for about $275 here in Australia at Mecca. And I bought this from a lovely woman in the Facebook group who had too many eyeshadow palettes and was selling hers. And I think I paid $100 all up, and that was with $10 shipping. So decent price. I've sanitized everything. It is fantastic. So that's that. But I just have to show you this color. This is called Orion. That's what it looks like that. And you think, oh yeah, it's just blue-gray. That's nice. But then when you swatch it, can you see how it's got that brown tone to it? It's a magnificent color. It's one of those two-tone, and I think this particular color combination started that two-tone eyeshadow trend. Now there are, you know, two-tone, there are tricolor, there are so many different types, and Natasha Denona does actually have another palette which is all tricolors, so that it shifts from one color to three, her others, but this is just a duotone, so duochrome. It's amazing. And on the eyes, you know, depending on how you turn, it looks a bit blue, looks a bit brown. It's a fantastic color. I'm enjoying using this, and the beauty of Natasha Denona is that her mattes perform superbly well. Some of these are a cream to powder, so they feel a little bit creamy, and then they sort of become powdery on the eye. You've got your shimmers, you've got your satins. The mattes are just to die for. They perform beautifully, better than any others that I have. And I just love this palette, and the way she's designed it, you could do a complete look going down, so vertically or horizontally or diagonally, so in this 9 palette as well as in that one, for example, or you just do whatever you like. So this is beautiful. This is the Star palette. I've wanted this for a while, and when I saw that it popped up in the beauty group, I just grabbed it, and I love it. I really love it. I don't regret this purchase at all. Next goodie to share with you is some perfume samples. I don't have a full one yet because I'm still deciding on what my next one's going to be. I do have a small perfume haul coming. I will be very curious to hear what you think of it, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. So this one here is Tom Ford. This is the ombre leather, very strong. It's a men's fragrance, and it's got that very prominent leather smell, like sort of strong leather smell, very manly. This was actually given to Tali. We went to Chadstone a little while ago, and she actually liked the rose one, but they didn't have the one she wanted, so the woman said to her, the only one we have is the Rose de Chine, which is another very sweet, not very sweet, but like a musky rose scent, beautiful. And it wasn't the one she wanted, so when the lady asked if she wanted it, she said no. I said yes, she'll take it, thank you. Because then I nudged her, I said, dude, like, hello? She goes, oh, right. Anyway, so that just comes in a small sample like that. I love these little sample bottles, but I feel like they evaporate, so you may as well just use them. I still have this idea of preserving my little samples. I don't know why, because I should just use them. Then when I go to use it, I feel like half of it's gone, evaporated. So that's that one. That's the Tom Ford Rose de Chine. The other Tom Ford one is Black Orchid, also right up my alley. I love these sort of strong musky scents. I'm the type of person that if you can smell me before you see me, I'm okay with that. My perfume, I mean. Anyway, then when we went to Maya, also Chadstone, the woman who was helping us there, she gave me or us numerous samples of the Libre and the latest Black Opium. This is the illicit one, and I love this. It's somewhat different. It has the same Black Opium base, but it's got coffee through it. There's something about this fragrance that I just adore. Okay, let's smell it. So I always spray it into my elbow. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah, it smells like Black Opium, but it's got that slight coffee scent to it, like that hazelnut coffee scent. And then the other one I have, which I forgot to show you when I opened or unboxed my card holder from Louis Vuitton, this is the City of Stars, and that's a lovely one too. This is very interesting. I wanted a sample of the other one, but I can't remember what it's called now, but they didn't have any more, so I'm hoping to go into the city again so I could try and pick up another sample. But I try and collect as many of these samples as I can because it just saves me having to spend $470 on the bottle. But you know, if you love something enough, you will. And another perfume sample I have to share with you. This was given to me a little while ago by my friend, and this is the Parisian Musk, and it's by Matière Première, and we had gone away somewhere together for a weekend, like a wine tasting weekend thing. And I think from memory she bought this, and this is, let me just open it carefully. So it comes like that. Oopsie. There is a bottle in there, and then this is the sprayer here, and this is a very strong rosy musk. So I've already sprayed it on this arm. It is very strong. It's oud based. It is very much an evening, sultry, evening out, cigar lounge type of scent. It's not for the faint of heart. I love it because like I said earlier, I love a strong scent. So this one here now, this the Black Opium Illicit smells really sort of light and superficial compared to this one. This one's very strong, but that's what that one looks like. And then she bought this little sample bottle, but when she used it, she reacted and she broke into hives. So she said, "You want it?" I said, "Okay." And she just gifted it to me. So that's that one. Another recent purchase that I've made, and this comes about because recently my videos have had a crackling sound in them. So I am aware of that. Thank you to everybody who has commented and offered a solution. I have tried putting my phone on airplane mode. You know, I connect the speaker, the microphone thing and all of that, but I think it was just a poor quality microphone. So when my daughter and I were out last week, I just went to Ted's camera store, camera house, whatever it is, and I decided to buy something a little bit more upmarket, let's say. So this is the Video Mic MEC. I've not attached it yet. I just wanted to show it to you. I hope that the sound will be better once I start using this. At the moment, I'm not using any microphone, so it's just myself in my bedroom. I have enough, obviously, furnishings and so on in my bedroom that I don't sound hollow. But one of the reasons why I need a mic is to try and block out some of this outside sound and noise and cars and stuff. So I need that noise, what's that called, noise cancelling feature. Anyway, hopefully this is a good one, and see how we go. I've not invested a lot of money in YouTube equipment, so see how we go. I have a ring light. The tripod that I'm using, it was actually just given to me by my friend Amy. I don't have a camera, I'm just using my phone. So see how we go with this little thing. Maybe this will be enough. But apologies for the sound in the previous videos, and thank you for your suggestions. Okay, now onto the big one. Something that I purchased recently from eBay, and you will see it's got the eBay, colorful eBay sticker on it. And the reason for that is because this is an item that was authenticated by eBay. It has the authenticity guaranteed here on this side. Then on this side here, it has "Take me with you." Opening it up, this is the way this came. Now you can see from the packaging that is decent cushioning and decent care taken with the packaging of this. So there's air bubble paper on top, the item is on the inside, and it even has the surrounding cushion around the box. And then once you take the box out, it's even got more cushioning underneath. I swear to God, even just touching it and putting your hand in it like that gives it that beautiful sort of supple, soft pillow feel. So, yes. So you will have seen Balenciaga. This should be of no surprise. I love Balenciaga. Always have, always will. I have a couple of Balenciaga pieces. One is a bag and one is a leather cuff. This is my next piece. Leather piece. It is, well, I'll just show you. So it comes with the Balenciaga box like this. Inside the box there is the eBay dust bag. So when I inquired about this piece, and once I purchased it, even before I purchased it, I noticed that at the top of the listing it said eBay guarantee, authenticity guarantee, which means that it went through that process. So you know that when a seller is willing to send their item to eBay first to have it authenticated and then it's sent to the buyer, you know that it must be legitimate, or certainly let's hope it's not a super fake. But anyway, eBay then authenticates it, and I'll show you everything. And they even provided this beautiful dust bag. It's got eBay stitched on there, it's sort of embroidered, and it's a beautiful, sturdy, thick calico. It looks great. It's a beautiful little dust bag, I must admit. It's slightly stretchy too. It's better quality than some of their dust bags. I mean, shame on some of these companies, because these dust bags, although the Fendi ones are very good, these dust bags are amazing. Gucci, take note. Then inside is another dust bag, and that's the actual Balenciaga one. So this is much thinner compared to the other one. And inside there is the Motocross salmon pink envelope clutch. There you go. And then that is the rest of the box. And in here is the envelope with all the tags and the bits and bobs about it. Here is the original tissue paper, original sticker, you know, the way it had been wrapped up in the box, actual box itself. And this, from memory or based on my reading of the tags and receipts, this was purchased in Las Vegas, but then sent to Australia. And here we have the beautiful, now Caleb Snell, I don't know if you're watching this, but he has a collection of these. I know because I binge watched his videos. This is the envelope clutch. Now this dates to before 2013 because it does not have the inner pocket, a zip pocket in there. But this is interesting because it's called salmon pink. As you can see, it's not a baby pink, which I don't like baby pink. It's not hot pink. It's not medium pink. It's like that salmon tone, which I quite like because I find that that would probably go with more of my clothing, if that makes sense. It comes with the giant silver hardware. And the fact that this had been authenticated by eBay and their, hopefully, experts, it comes just like fashion file. It says return will be void if that card is removed. There's eBay. Then as you can see, it's got the tags with the proper little seal and the blue envelope. Opening the blue envelope up, we have 2 cards inside. One says eBay authenticity guaranteed. At the back it says just Balenciaga and then other is the model. They must not have known. And just a card, here's to your new purchase. Okay, new handbag or whatever. So that's that. Now, of course, I've not removed this yet. I intend to keep this, but I've just not removed it yet to show you the whole deal. This is the silver hardware. It's slightly worn, as in deliberate worn, but it's not too shiny and it's not dull or matte. Now, this opens up this way, and when you open this zip across here, it actually goes all the way down the back. So that's handy if you want to sort of hide something there, maybe small. You don't want anything too bulky that might sort of push out the leather or leave an impression of some kind. There is a snap closure up here. There is another inner pocket. So I'll give you the catfish look with the big open mouth. It's all black twill cotton inside. And then inside here, you have 2 pockets, and they seem to be about the same size each. Here is the Balenciaga Paris leather flap with the serial code underneath. Here is the mirror with just the plain leather on the back. You got your tassel holding it. There is a tiny little D-ring here, which is good. So if ever you wanted to, or if I wanted to add a wristlet, because this probably, I suppose you could use it as a wristlet, couldn't you? But anyway, if you wanted to add like a thicker wristlet then, or a chain wristlet or something, you could. Although I wouldn't carry it just from a wristlet, for example, because being so small, this will pull on the leather, it may tear. But it's all black cotton inside, not much else to say about it. It's lovely and supple and soft. The giant hardware makes it heavier, but I love it, and it's got impact and it's beautiful. And as you can see, the hardware is not tarnished, it's not damaged. It's only been used and worn a couple of times apparently. So there's a tiniest bit of wear here and there, but sometimes a good clean can actually remove that. It might just be a little bit of dirt. And look, it's very soft and floppy, and this is lambskin. And this is the latest addition to my luxury handbag collection, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. I just love it. Let me know what you think of this. Caleb, I've just joined your envelope clutch family. So guys, this now is the chit chat component. You will have noticed that I haven't uploaded for a few weeks, and that's because about a month and a half ago, my family received a little bit of bad news about my son, and he received a diagnosis. And I just went into shock, and I had a meltdown, and everything is okay. He will be okay. There is treatment available for him. You will have noticed on my Instagram stories some time ago that I flew up to Sydney one morning. My son Samuel was doing his apprenticeship over there as an electrician, and when we found out the news, I said to him, "You're coming home, Samuel, I want you home." And so we made arrangements with his employer. The employer was very compassionate and caring. And so I flew up that morning because I didn't want Samuel to drive home from Sydney to Melbourne. It's a long drive. It's a good 8 or 9 hours of highway driving. So on your own is quite tedious. And I wanted to just be with him. So I wanted to accompany him. So funnily enough, I finally get to Sydney and I never saw Sydney. But anyway, my point is that we came back, we drove back together. He's had some testing and all that sort of thing since then. We have a treatment plan in place now, and he's going to be working more here in Melbourne, which I'm really, really pleased about. So we had a shock and it just sort of threw me. Look, I've been through many shocks and I've been through a lot of hard stuff recently, but when you're dealing with your kids, you know, the first thing I thought was, no, I didn't want Samuel to have this. Why couldn't it have happened to me instead of to him? He's still so young. But in the end, you know, he will be okay. The treatment will help him. He'll have to have the treatment for the rest of his life, probably. But at least there's something there in place. And I just sort of had a bit of an awakening. I mean, I always put my kids first anyway, always. I've never sort of like not put them first. And I certainly always put them first before me. And even before I had them, I used to put my ex before me. And I'm back to that again now. You know, while I look after myself, at the same time, my kids come first. I'm not interested in, how do I say this? I found that I've lost interest in superficial things, you know, but I just don't want to waste time. Does that make sense? My job is super important to me. My family's super important to me. And that's it. That's enough. Work recently has also changed. I've had to actually take on another Year 12 subject, which has been exhausting me because I've had to plug a few holes and fill a few gaps that were not addressed, and so that has caused a lot of stress for me too. I know once I get through it, though, looking back, I'll have that huge sense of satisfaction and professional satisfaction knowing that I accomplished that and I got through that. It's just like, whoa, go me. But at the same time, I have such a low tolerance of people who can't do their job, and then I have to step in and fix things up for others that I shouldn't have to do. You know what I mean? So that comes back to me being somewhat dissatisfied with so many things. But all of that aside, I suppose it's just perspective, and as things change, maybe perspective will change again. I don't know. This past week, I've been quite unwell with this flu cold, and it's not COVID. I've been testing every day. But I tell you what, it really hit me hard. I'm the type of person, I don't get sick often. And even if I do get a cold or something, I just go on. I keep going, you know. I just manage. But for me to get sick like this, I'm very run down. And I know that I'm run down. And at the same time, it was a strong one. So guys, that is my small haul and a little bit of a life update. Some of you know, because I've told you about what's been happening. So thank you for all your kind messages and your care and your checking in with me. It means so much. You just don't understand. And sometimes I don't get around to answering all messages in a timely manner, but that's just because I am run off my feet. And when I do finally just stop, I genuinely stop. I turn notifications off on my phone. Let me know what you think of these pretty things that I've shown you. I look forward to hearing your comments about the Balenciaga clutch. And I will see you soon in another video. So take care, everybody. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.